Hey you guys, this is Ryan with Internet Task Labor. Just wanted to give an update about that yard that I hadn't gotten paid for. Whew, that got stretched into a few month ordeal. And what happened was we get called out there by a manager. She asks us, can you come out to the property and redo the property? What will it cost you since we're on your terms? Okay, no problem. I'll have to go out there and quote it. I went out there, quoted it. Unfortunately, not to the manager. The manager was in a meeting right whenever we needed her. Uh, and so I asked the representative from TaskEasy if we could proceed, and so we did. Well, what's tricky about this thing is their call recordings are apparently their selective hearing on their call recordings, and I don't know how they select which calls that they record. But whenever they recorded my call, the only call that they conveniently recorded was the one where she was just telling us to send an invoice. We called her minutes after that, asking whether or not we should proceed, and we were told to proceed, so we did. Cleaned up the yard. We get a call a few hours later saying that our price was too high that we quoted and that they'll have to have somebody else come out to do it. We let them know we already did it. That turned into a big ol' waiting game. They had to get down to the bottom of everything. Turns out when they call me, the only recordings that they want to show me are the ones where she says just to send an invoice, and they conveniently don't have the recording where they told me to proceed. But however, how convenient it was for them to still pay me, which is kind of fishy. So, whenever they have a representative tell you to go out to a job again, or even to go out to a job and quote it, if they tell you to proceed on from there, and after you've quoted the job to proceed with the work, make sure you have them put a note on your account if you're working with them. Turn in a big old mess, and they did not pay me the full amount. I had to lower my amount. I told them I would work with them, which wasn't a problem. So they paid me twice for that job, thank goodness, because I did not accept their terms and conditions. And like I said, they might patch that up as soon as they find out that you do not have to accept the terms and conditions in order to get paid by their system. So it's under my terms and conditions since they reached out to me. I don't know whether or not if you go to them, if you are voting their terms and conditions enforcement against you. So in the event, though, that I didn't agree to it, they were under my terms and conditions, so they had to kind of comply with the full-on payment. They did hold my payment, though, which was kind of an annoyance because everything's hanging in the air. So it made me think a lot about my company and the way we do things with independent contractors. And if we ever have any issues with independent contractors, what we're going to do, we're going to hold a partial payment on them, not the full payment like they did with me. And the partial payment will be given, and once the issue is taken care of, the full payment will be given. If things are not resolved, then the full payment will not be given, and that's all it is. It's just a partial payment removed. So, just looking at how we can improve things inside these on-demand systems for on-demand service. All right, you guys take care, and hopefully our technology of being able to provide you guys with on-demand service will improve in the future, and hopefully this video helps any of those out there that are looking to work with TaskEasy and understand how things work with them. And basically, they're just going to try to tell you, oh, I have a manager, I have a manager, and I have a manager, and it's a big shell chain of managers, so it's kind of a pain in the butt, and you really just wish you could talk to the person up at the top so you can get things done and over with. But they are going to stretch things out just to try to see if they can get you to comply and with what they're trying to enforce. What they try to do is get me to give up my payment or redo it also for free. They had me try to do that. That didn't work out. And you know what? We didn't have to do it that way either. So there are ways of doing things besides what TaskEasy is going to try to make you do. So just a way to kind of look at things, you guys. All right, take care.